Welcome to my channel. I'm Lisa and you're watching Home vs. House. And on this channel, I share a number of thrifty DIY projects that you can do in your living space to transform it into a homey atmosphere that represents you and your family. So today's video, I'm going to show a sewing project I did where I took some scrap fabric that I already had on hand to sew a set of 4 cloth napkins that I'm going to use for my table setting this fall. I'm also going to show you an example of how I set my table with these napkins. Before I go further, this video is a part of the DIY Mommy Challenge to create a fall theme DIY project. So I mentioned that I already had this on hand. I bought this at the end of last fall season at, I believe it was Joann Fabric, and I bought it for a different project, and that project was a fail. But I kept the fabric because it's that rustic orangey red tone that I like to use in my fall home decor. So I held on to it, and I knew that I would use it for something else. And probably about a week ago, I remember that I still had it, and I thought making some cloth napkins out of it would be a good use of this fabric. So it's not in perfect squares because the project I was doing before, I didn't need perfect squares, so I cut it out square-like, and when the project failed, I didn't have enough fabric to cut it out in perfect squares and still get the size that I wanted these cloth napkins to be. So I double folded the edges and I just sewed it as is. The other thing that I did with this is that after double folding it, I did sew it by hand just to keep the creases, so that when I use my machine, it would be an easier, smoother process. So typically, if I'm using a cotton fabric to sew, I don't sew it by hand before, but this fabric is I think it's a rayon polyester blend, and so it's a lot more, it's got a slippery feel to it, and so it just made it easier for me to do the extra step and hand sew it before I use my machine. So that's what I did, guys, and I'm happy with the result. It works, and I am excited to use it in my fall decor this season. am encouraging you to check out the rest of the videos in this playlist to get fantastic ideas to decorate your home this fall. And happy decorating, guys.